Yes guys, so today I'm taking another ride out on the MOPED with you guys. I want to say a big thank you for 10 subscribers. It might not seem a lot, but we've grown quite a bit in only 11 days of actually having this channel. I've got some big collaborations soon as well. I'm actually in talks with meeting up with H3 ESX. He's just sold his Fiesta ST and got a Volkswagen Up. So if you guys want to see that, drop me a comment down below. Links to his channel will be in the description as well. So yeah, 10 subscribers in the first 11 days. One of our videos have nearly on 200 views. I want to say a big thank you for everyone that's commented, liked and subscribed to my channel. It means a lot. Hopefully we can all grow together. So yeah, I don't want to say too much and long this video out.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.
Yes guys, so we're at a stop, me and Penelope, that's my pet's name if you didn't know. We're just chilling, we've just pulled up. We just recorded one video. It's a little bit of a short one, but that's just covering insurance and all that stuff. Now this video is how to persuade your parents to, let you get a 50cc. My parents were quite strict, and I got this question asked actually, how to persuade your parents, because I had to do it. I'm sure a lot of people with a 50cc might have had to do it. Some parents are, stricter than others, and yeah. So today we're going to talk about how to persuade your parents to get a 50cc. So this is my 50cc. It's a TGB 202 Classic. It's a 2-stroke. As you could probably tell when I'm riding it. So my parents were quite strict on getting a 50cc. They really didn't want me to do it. They thought it was dangerous, so it took a lot of persuading. And yeah, in this video I'm going to talk about how you can persuade your parents and how I did mine. That is a huge fly on the back of my ped. Scram. Yes boys, so we're back on the road. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. So a few things that I did to persuade my parents to get me a 50cc. 50cc. I had to find my own income to pay for things like petrol and just the ped in general, my CBT and all that stuff. So my parents were saying things like, how are you going to afford it when you get it? Will you actually ride it? Is it just going to sit in the garage? All this stuff. So what I did was I found a job. Now my job, well, I say job, it's like my own little way of income. Personally, I sell Yeezys and stuff, so if you guys want to get some Yeezys, just shout me in the comments or my Instagram. So I sell Yeezys and stuff, so that's my form of income. I'm not going to say how much I get. It's just enough, it's more than enough to get what I need, like clothes, to pay for my ped, all that stuff. So you need an income, so that's number one. Number two is you need like a reason why. So my reason, you can use it if you want, if it works for you. I live in the middle of nowhere and I used to have to ride a push bike everywhere, and it weren't fun. I live in an area with a bunch of hills and stuff, so it just wasn't really ideal for me. So that was another thing I said to my parents, to persuade them to get me a 50cc. Third, I needed to just make sure I say that I ride it and stuff. Obviously I'm not going to just let it sit there in the garage whilst we're paying for all this stuff. So yeah, that was that's just a little one. I just basically agreed because that's I'm riding it. A couple other things. If you have to sell some things, you have to sell some things. Do you know what I mean? Like to get the money, because you know, 50cc's, they can work out quite expensive, you know. So you've got to find a way to, you know, help your parents, your carers, you know, pay for it, because at the end of the day, 50cc's, you know, they're 800, 900 to £1,000 second hand. I would not go and buy a first hand one. Honestly, if you want my own opinion, it's a waste of money. You're spending, you know, £2,000-3,000 on a 50cc that will literally push you like 45 miles an hour most. So it's just not really worth paying, you know, 2,000-3,000. I bought mine for £850, and yeah, it was just like that. And yeah, so back to persuading your parents. Apologies if I go off topic a lot. I just like sort of waffle. So yeah, another thing that I would say to like persuade your parents is it's a way of transportation. Like for instance, it's like, obviously if you've got a 50cc and you know you're going to school in your final year of school, you can always just say to your parents you can get there from school, because if they drop you off, that would be one less hassle for them to do, so you'll be doing them a favour there. Or if you're going to college, you can ride your way to college, do you know what I mean? Yeah, so another, you know, really important thing that is very effective is that it comes in handy for your driving, because it helps you with your theory, because you already like learn the road rules. In your CBT you learn about like traffic and what are they called, roundabouts and all that stuff. You learn quite a lot from riding a ped. I've learned quite a bit from like roads and stuff, which are 100% going to help me, you know, moving into the future of my driving, basically, which is going to be pretty soon. Which is always, you know, very useful, because it's almost like you get a head start on everyone else. Just got quite slow down here, or good that they're filling this up. So yeah, as I was saying, something I actually said to my parents, which actually surprisingly worked, is that I would I would actually be able to do shopping, you know, if they needed it, like, and they needed, I don't know, a few things like eggs or bread, or, do you know what I mean, something for dinner, that I could actually go out on my ped and go get it for them, save them, you know, the stress and stuff like that. So what I would do really to get a ped is, you know, talk about how is it going to benefit them, because at the end of the day, if they're paying for it, you know, then it's only right that it comes in handy for them, if that makes sense, because they're not going to pay out all this money for you to just like waste it. Also, just apologies if I've completely like butchered this whole thing. I will probably, like, at the end of the video do a little like pros and cons list and stuff like that, just to, you know, make it clear, because I don't know if what I've said has made sense, to be honest. So yeah, let's just go through a few things. Talk about benefits to your parents, like towards your parents. Talk about why it'd be a great reason for you to get one, you know, like transport, and, you know, just stuff like that, you know. Basically, you need to think of why it benefits your parents, you know, because if they're the ones paying for it, you know, a good way to them is to show them that you really want one, so like you'd most likely do like a lot to get it. for instance, like talk about what you can do towards it, like for them, like go get their shopping, and stuff like that. I would heavily advise getting a job or something, because that shows that you really want one. You're dedicated to pay for it and try and all that stuff. So getting a job is essential. Also, another thing, if you get a job, you could argue that your 50cc ped or scooter or like bike or whatever is a way of transport to get to your job, and it would save them hassle of having to take you everywhere. Do you know what I mean? So like, it's all the little things that like add up. So I would heavily advise saying getting a job, and saying that you need to use a ped to get to your job. Do you know what I mean? It all just works out.
So yeah, if that was complete waffle and like just a bunch of like shit basically, and you couldn't really understand what I was saying, I just want to say a few things. So pro, it's a way of transport, it's a way of getting to school, to work, to college, to a job. So yeah, that's always a pro. Another pro is that it gives you a sense of freedom, so I'd always use that one. Another pro is that you learn a lot of road rules, so you learn a lot of that, and like how the roads work, so that's always a good one. You're gonna need that when you start driving. So another thing is that it's a way of transport. You won't be getting buses and trains, and it gets you places faster than a bus. I can reassure you of that, a lot faster. I get to school faster on my ped, or I got to school faster on my ped than I did on the bus. And yeah, as I was saying, it's just a lot more beneficial, to be honest. You just need a way of paying for it, and that's the biggest one, to persuade your parents. You need a way of persuading them to buy you one. What I said was, what I did was, we live in the middle of nowhere, hills everywhere that I'd have to bike up constantly, and it was just a lot of effort. Whereas now, I can get to places quick and with ease. You've also got to say, like, you'll be careful and stuff. Obviously, I think that's a main one, because if you're gonna be a dick, then, do you know what I mean? I wouldn't even let you get one, like, if I was your parents. So yeah, it's also that, and you just got to be on best behaviour, to be honest, because you got to show them that you really want one. So that's always a big one. Got to be on the best behaviour, lads. So let's talk about some cons of having a ped. Now, I've not really faced any cons of having one, other than money, and that's a big one, and other drivers. So I said that to my mum, and I said that I'd get a job and all that stuff, and she basically said, if you can get a job, get some money, and help you able to pay for it, then she'll get me one. And that's exactly what I did, and now I've got my own YouTube channel and my ped. So yeah, it's just a lot of compromising, because if you want to, if you want a ped but your mum wants you to do other things, you've got to listen to what she or what he, like if it's your dad or your mum, you've got to listen to what they say. Say hello to the camera. You've got to listen to what they say, and try and find an agreement, and just all that stuff. It's pretty self-explanatory, as you can imagine, but there are some ways to persuade your parents to let you get a ped. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.